Hey, good evening. My name is Brad Dersh, and I'm the current acting principal here at GS Lakie Middle School. And we sure appreciate you taking time out of your hopefully nice spring evening to join us and learn a little bit about our school and help prepare you as parents and also your children that are currently in grade 5 for their first days in their new school. And it's a big transition to go from elementary to middle school. And so we want to help prepare you the best that we can. A few things that we're going to talk about this evening. First of all, hopefully we'll provide, well not hopefully, we will provide a little bit of information about our school so you have an understanding what happens here at GS Lakie and how it's maybe a little bit different from elementary school for those that are new middle school parents. We're going to introduce our staff this evening as well. You'll have the opportunity to hear from and meet all of our staff at the school. And of course that might change between now and the fall and September as some staff move to new schools and some are on temp contracts and all the different variables that we have in between. And so, but for the most part, staff as you see it tonight will be our staff for next year, and we're excited for you to get to know them. We're also going to show off some of the awesome spaces and programs that we have in our building and tell you a little bit more about those, and you're going to hear from those passionate, very talented teachers about what they provide to your children. Yeah, we're just very excited to share that with you as well. And then last but not least, talk a little bit about some of our specialized options that I mentioned a little bit already, and just give you just an overall view and glimpse into the future of what is going to be in store for your child as they come to middle school in the fall.
The recognition that they're not just young high school students, that in fact they have their own unique development, and I think that first we need to recognize and celebrate what our middle schools do now.
But then you have kids that always take it to the next level and have that opportunity to do work with others, to do research projects that are current. I know the kids that I've worked with this year, they really wanted to learn what's actually going on and got really involved in the missions to Mars and researched that. And actually one of the kids was hoping they could apply for the mission to Mars, but they had to be 18 years of age. And they just really get into those really current things as opposed to, say, historical facts about science.
And at the end of the year, we go flying. So, there's nothing better than that.
So in social studies, during our municipal government unit, we create our very own little small town in our classrooms, and kids have to build and design their own houses, and we learn about how municipal government works. We elect our own mayor and our own councillors, and we host meetings within our room. And then as a culmination, we take it out into the real world, and the kids get to see what it's really like in Lethbridge. And so we go to our city hall and we get to meet actual councillors and sit in the council chambers and get to tour the city, which I think is a great opportunity to see that what we study in the classroom translates to real life outside.
The opportunities we get are absolutely amazing. I'm really gonna miss this school. It's been the best 3 years of my life, and I love the opportunities, the projects, and working in groups, and then pushing my limits too.
Hi guys, this is our office staff right here, Miss Shooten and Mrs. Widmer, and they have information for you guys if you guys need any help that you guys need throughout the school day. These are the two ladies that you're going to look for.
Hi, I'm Kathy Widmer. I'm one of the secretaries in the office here at GS Lakie, right along with Miss Shooten. Christine is her first name. We will be the two that you'll probably have the most contact with in the school, or the ladies that answer the phones. When it comes to lates, absences, or excused lates, or illnesses, or you're just calling to excuse your child, we have a system called Safe Arrival. If you're not familiar with it, there's 3 easy, convenient ways to call in those absences. One would be the mobile device that you can download from the App Store, School Messenger, as well as you can call toll free at 1-866-879-1041, as well as you can go to the Safe Arrival website to also put those absences in for your child. In addition, just so you know, we use an automatic message call-out system. So if your child has been marked absent for the morning, we will put out a call-out to you. It's automatic. It's an automatic voice system that'll let you know that your child's been missing for one or more classes today, and to call the school and to let us know if it's excused or not excused. As well, you'll also probably be talking to us about busing. You need to be 2.4 kilometers away from the school to be eligible for busing, and if you're not, you can call Miss Shooten in the office, and she will have you in contact with Cheryl Shimbashi at the board office to see if you're eligible for busing. So just give the office a phone call if you're wondering about that. As well as on the first day of school, teacher volunteers go along with the students home to make sure that they get off on their right stop. Bus passes are also issued on the first day of school, so your student will have that prior to them leaving the first day of school. School cash, if you have questions about school cash, all fees like to yearbook, field trips, show tickets for option classes will all be on School Cash Online. We don't accept Visa, MasterCard, or checks. If you need to bring cash to the school, we would prefer it if the parent brought that and not sent with the child, but we would really prefer if you could get set up on School Cash. If you want the help with that or assistance, please give me a call and I would be happy to help you with that. As well as Power School. If you are not set up on Power School yet, please call the office and we will get you set up on Power School. So that way you can access your child's attendance, their grades, because it's all live grading now, so you'll really want to be on there just to kind of keep up on what your child's doing, as well as gaining access to like what homework is due and all of that stuff. Wonderful, good stuff on there. Also, in addition to that, if you have registration questions, if this is you're new to our district and you're coming from out of town and you really want to know about registration, give our office a call at 403-327-3465 or email to our general GS Lakie email to gain information on what that registration process is and how we can get the registration package to you to get your child set up for the brand new school year of 2021-22. That would be all for me, but again, if you have questions, we are ones that if we don't have the answer, we will find somebody who does have the answer, and we welcome you to GS Lakie.
Welcome back. It's me again. And some other things I want to talk to you about this evening. You're going to hear from the other administrators as well this evening. And but for myself, I'm going to talk a little bit about the FISH philosophy. I'm going to come back to that in a minute. And what is the FISH philosophy? I'll talk all about that. I'll show you another slide in a minute about that. You're going to hear about some school expectations. One thing that we do here, and there's two different worlds that we live in. One, we live in our COVID world, as you know, right now, but then we have, hopefully, sooner than later, we're back to our regular school days and what that looks like. But currently, as it stands with the cohort model that we're running, and we want to keep kids as safe as possible and our COVID numbers down, as I'm sure you can appreciate as parents, and keep kids in school. In doing that, we currently don't open our doors until 7:50. Our bells, our first bell goes at 8 o'clock. Our first class starts at 8:05. And just to try to alleviate some of the mixing of cohorts, we don't allow the students into the building until 7:50. The first buses arrive at about 7:45, so that works nicely together. Whether or not our bell times change for next year, I don't know that as it stands right now, but I'm just going off the times that we have here and now. Our dress code, I'm going to come back to that in a minute as well. I have another slide for that. I have another slide about our cell phone policy, our device policy, so I really want to talk about that. That's something that we encounter quite frequently here at the middle school level. Valuable items, right? Anything that's valuable, and this is kind of a jumping off point from our cell phones or devices, which are very expensive as we know as parents, but anything that's valuable, something that's new to students going from elementary to middle school is lockers. And every child is going to have their own individual locker. They're going to have their own individual lock that we provide for them. You do not provide a lock for your child. We provide it for them. It has to be school issued, so if we need to get into that locker and lock, we can do so with a key, right? Maybe your child is sick and they need homework. You need to come pick it up. We can provide that for you. And so we ask you not to send a lock with your child. We'll have them practice. I know that's a big anxiety for grade 6 students coming in. It's like, oh, how do I? We will practice it with them. We will get them there, okay? And all valuables will go in lockers. We're currently using, in this cohort model and world that we're living in right now, We're using lockers sparingly. We don't have children using locks. I don't know if it's going to be like that in September or not. And the reason we do that is we want to avoid students putting stuff in their lockers that they're going to be tempted to go and retrieve throughout the day. So we want to keep all that stuff in the classroom if at all possible. We allow them to put their winter coat, their winter boots in their lockers right now. And so, yeah, anyways, that's where it stands now. So let's make sure that we have discussions with our children, just to wrap that up, about where their valuables will go. Don't roll the dice. Don't put them in your backpack that stays in the classroom. We put them in our locker with that lock that will keep them safe. Fishology. What fishology is just kind of it's a play on words with our fish system that we use here at GS Lakie, and it's a homeroom system. It's an advocate system where we have teachers assigned to your students, and that's their first point of contact, where they go to them with whatever needs they might have, whether it be how do I purchase food for the cafeteria. How does this lock, I forgot my combination for my lock. You know, I'm gonna be gone on a family trip over the Christmas holidays, I need some homework. All those sorts of variables that come into our school world. And so that is their contact, their primary contact with the school. That's their advocate as well. And so that's what the fishology system, as well as currently we deliver some literacy, some additional literacy support, some additional numeracy support in that class. We go over some digital citizenship pieces where we teach your children, hopefully, and encourage them to be good digital citizens. And that's a whole nother conversation. And then we also just have, like, whenever we have special days in the school and some advisor challenges and stuff like that, that also runs through that homeroom system. And so really proud about the fishology program that we run here, and it's very helpful for your child. Schools and parents working together as partners in your child's education. I can't stress this enough, how important this is. Parents and teachers and administrators, we all have to be on the same page as much as possible, and really work together on creating action plans that meet the needs of your kids. And that's what we want to do. We want to make sure that we're going to you and you're coming to us, and we have those open lines of communication. This is what my child needs. And even though you maybe have addressed that or communicated that with administrators or teachers in the past, sometimes that needs to happen year to year. And as parents, that's our job. And as educators, it's also our job to be in the know of what your child needs. And let's just work on that. I encourage us to work on that together to somehow come to that understanding of and best meet the needs of your child. And that's our goal. Last but not least, something else I want to draw your attention to is our parent council. And so what we meet the last Tuesday of every month, and we have a very healthy, awesome parent council currently here at GS Lakie. And we go over things that are happening in the school. We get feedback from parents. We most definitely take the feedback that we get from our parent council members and try to include it in our action plans here at the school, and make sure that that's a voice, that's a very important stakeholder in our decision making at GS Lakie. I want to assure you that. So if you're interested in joining our parent council, fire myself or any other administrator or Kathy Widmer in our office an email and just say, you know, that you'd like to be involved. And last year, or this year I should say, and I don't know how it's going to look in the fall, we hosted all of those meetings, or a majority of them, on Microsoft Teams, just again in our COVID world, to keep people safe. And so I'm going to assume that we might carry that forward into the fall. But regardless, however it looks and however those meetings are held, we would love to have you a part of that if you wish. The fish philosophy, and this is a foundational part of GS Lakie, and it's something that we're known for. It's something that we try to embed into the cloth of our building each and every day, each and every week. It's incredibly important. It carries over into my personal life at home and how I have conversations and teaching points with my own kids at home. But essentially, Doug James, when he opened GS Lakie Middle School a number of years ago, embraced and took on this fish philosophy, which comes out of the Pike Place Fish Market in Seattle. And there's 4 main pillars to the fish philosophy, and that's to be there, it's to make their day, is to choose your attitude, and to play. And those are the 4 strands or pillars of the fish philosophy that we try to incorporate here in a variety of ways, whether it be in the fishology homeroom system or our Fish Friday activities that we run on Friday mornings to kickstart our Fridays. we have advisor challenges that again, that play aspect of the fish philosophy. And it's really something, as I said, that we fall back on, whether people are having hard times, and we encourage kids or staff members to be there for those people that are in need, or just let's inject some fun into our learning and our day-to-day lives here at GS Lakie. And or if kids are struggling, we remind them it's important to choose your attitude, and that's something that we can control each and every day to the best of our ability anyhow. And the last piece of that, as I said already, is to make their day. And that's something that we as staff try to incorporate for sure, and to make sure that every day is a good experience for our students, and we hope that it maybe comes back to us from students as well. Dress code. The dress code here at GS Lakie, what we try to encourage is like a business casual type of mentality. And so some reminders would be that if your child or you as parents would feel that would be appropriate clothing to wear to like a mall type of job, then that would be appropriate for school as well. We want to avoid situations where there's maybe distractions in class because of what other kids are wearing, or just slogans or symbols that wouldn't be appropriate for school, and we encourage you to be on the lookout for that. And just to, again, I'm going to come back to that, working with us as partners in education, that we're trying to teach our kids about what's appropriate for like a business casual or maybe preparing them for their first job, and what would be appropriate in those sorts of settings. And so if you would work with us with that, we'd really appreciate it. And last but not least, I just want to touch on our cell phone or our device policy here at the school. And I spoke a little bit already about lockers and students, us encouraging students to leave valuables in lockers, and that's the place where our devices should go. There are times, most definitely, where we as teachers invite students to bring them into the classrooms if we're using like Kahoot or research type projects, or we're doing some video-based projects where they can use their devices for such a lesson. Then in those situations and those times, we would invite students to bring those devices into the classroom for a purpose. But if it's not for a purpose, then we ask students to just leave them somewhere safe, and so that they don't get damaged, they don't get stolen, and maybe most of all, they're not tempted to use them when they shouldn't be using them. And so that's what we ask, and we again encourage your support with that. Communication, we hear it all the time. Yeah, but we just need to get a hold of my child. We still have the traditional historical system that we've always used. You can go through the office. In fact, we need to, if, as an example, your child needs to be signed out to go to a medical appointment, we need to talk to you anyways in order to excuse your child for such a situation. And so we just ask you to go through that more traditional model, as opposed to just saying, I'm just going to text my child and they'll meet me in the parking lot. We really want to keep things as professional as possible and minimize the distractions in the classrooms. And that's what we're asking for your support with that. Any non-compliance with that, the first step is going to be always just a conversation between staff member and student, your child. And usually that kind of puts out those sorts of little fires. If it progresses to the next step and it becomes a regular distraction, by all means, we will be contacting you, staff members, administrators, whatever. Typically, though, it's not until about that third level in the pyramid where administration gets involved, where now there's a regular trend of defiance with your child or with a student, and now, hey, we need admin support. And so, again, hopefully we don't get to that, but there are times when we do. And the last thing I would suggest is, this is coming from a parent to a parent, maybe more so than administrator to parent, is just be aware of what your children are doing online and with their devices, both at school and away from school. Maybe you would be surprised, maybe you wouldn't. The number of issues that could be resolved or curbed as a result of that is pretty substantial. So again, just as I told you already, we try and encourage digital citizenship in our school. But kids will be kids, and we also want to make sure that we're setting them up for success. So we just ask you to work with us on that. And that's kind of our cell phone policy in a nutshell.
Hi everyone, my name is Amy DeWatt. I am one of the vice principals here at Lakie. I'm the vice principal that is actually going to be in charge of the grade 6 students. So all of your grade 5 students that are coming into Lakie, I will be the the administrator that oversees them and kind of the day-to-day behavioral things, or just like celebrations, all of that good stuff. So I'm just going to talk to you about a few things here as we get going, just so you guys can get a little bit to know about the school and the grade 6, what a typical grade 6 day will look like. So at Lakie, we run a 7-day program. So we have 7 blocks in a day. So that offers students the 4 core, of course. So LA, social, math, and science. And then we do 2 option classes and phys ed class. So that's 7 classes a day. Typically the kids like totally enjoy it, and they have like broken up throughout the day. It's not just straight core and then like just activities in the afternoon. It's kind of broken up, so there's a little bit of reprise throughout every student's day. Of course, built into that is like I said, is our option programs. So as you know, our option selection program will be released on May 7th. Then our students all picked their top 9 choices. They all happened digitally, and then the system kind of puts kids in classes based on what they would like to enroll in. So although your student registers in 9 classes, they're only going to end up seeing 6 different option classes throughout the year, given that none of the ones that they've selected are more than 1 term. If they have selected an option class that's more than 1 term, of course that will knock down however many option classes or however many term that option runs for. For example, if they choose band, which runs for 2 terms, they will only get 5 different options in a year. So we have the kids select some of their choices so that we can try to give them an array of what they want and really live that middle school philosophy where the kids get exposed to as many things as they possibly can while adventuring through this kind of area of their life. Some of the other things that I'm in charge of here at Lakie are learning support. So our learning support is for more of our complex students, as well as we have some special literacy and numeracy pull-out programs that we have for any student that's needing a little bit more of a boost in that area or just a little bit of support. I like to refer to them as stretches. So every one of us has a little bit of a stretch in our world. So we kind of support that and help those students grow so they can stay academically with their peers or whatever bit fits them best. I'm also in charge of our ELL programming, so our English language learners. We have a couple of different programs here. So we have a limited formal schooling program, so students that have had English, like limited formal schooling, they've never been in a school and they're kind of new to Canada and new to the whole typical school day environment, as well as English language learners. So ones that English is not their first language. We have lots of diverse languages within our school, and our teachers are very apt at reading the needs of all of those learners, which is really cool because in the process, we also get to learn some new languages and simple words like hello and goodbye and more and all of that fun stuff too. So it's really nice to kind of see that multiculturalism really blossom within our school.
Hi everyone, my name is David Fuller and I teach an English language learner class. So my classroom is made up of students who have come from other countries and are learning their English language skills and content skills before they get into mainstream classes. I really value incorporating outdoor education into my classroom and a democratic process where students get to share what they feel needs to be part of their learning. And so I'm really interested in parents and students advocating for themselves and what their classroom can look like.
Another component that I oversee at Lakie is the wellness team. So that's working with our counseling team. So we have a teacher counselor and our family school liaison. So I kind of oversee that, and I make sure that, you know, all of our students, we're trying to support them and make sure that they get the needs and support that they need to help achieve those gaps or whatever. If they're having a rough day, we make sure that we take care of them.
Hi, I'm Faye Colby and I'm the teacher counselor at GS Lakie, and in middle school we have a wellness team, and our whole job is just to make sure that you are transitioning well from elementary to middle school, and we're here to help you and your families with any little bumps that you hit along the road.
We do a couple of different assessments at Lakie so that we can kind of get to know your student as they come in. So we do one that's called a MIPI. So that's a math assessment, gives us a base numeracy level on your child. as well as a Fontes and Pinnell assessment. So you may be familiar with those. Students have done those in grade 5, and it kind of gives us a little bit of an idea of where their learning's at, if they have any gaps or stretches in their learning, and then how we can go about supporting those and getting support put in place for them, as well as helping provide the teachers with a little bit of knowledge on how to reach those needs. We also do what's called a homeroom program at this school. Our homeroom is not called homeroom though, so you're going to get very familiar with the fish terms in our school. So we have the fish philosophy, we have fish Fridays, and we have fishology, which is our homeroom class. So you're going to get very familiar with the whole concept of the fish while your child is here at Lakie. So I'm more in charge of the fishology program. So that's the homeroom program where we do literacy, we do some numeracy, we do lots of character education during this time. And children from grade 6 all the way to grade 8 are exposed to this so that they can build in their capacity as well as us as educators can continue to build in our capacity, because we are a school of learners, so that means not just kids are learning, but adults and people within our building are also learning, which is kind of one of the best things about education. And then last but not least, I'm also in charge of Power School. So when your child gets put in their classes, like I said, that whole option selecting program, that kind of falls back onto something that I'm in charge of. So if the ladies in the front office aren't really sure of how that something has worked out, or if it hasn't worked out in a specific way, they always reach out to me and I'll kind of guide them through it, or guide you as a parent through it. So there's lots of support in place for you guys. Kind of sounds like there's a lot of stuff going on, but we're here for your kids. We love every kid, and every kid has so many cool opportunities to do while they're at Lakie, and provides such a different energy to our building. And we really look forward to getting to know each and every one of them. Please never hesitate to reach out to me. Once again, my name is Amy DeWatt, and I'm one of your vice principals.
Hi, I'm Mr. Mather. I am the vice principal at GS Lakie, and I am in charge of our grade 8s. I'm here to talk to you guys about a couple things. First thing I'll touch base on is lunch and activity time. We have a closed campus at GS Lakie. Now what that means is that students aren't allowed to leave the campus to go different places for lunch. If you do want your child to go home for lunch, there's kind of a form that you fill out, and then that kind of allows them to go home and then come back in time for period 5 after lunch. We do have a canteen service that's available to the kids Monday to Thursday. And this year, in particular, kids didn't have to bring in money, but parents could pre-purchase meals for their kids online on Cash Schools Online. We also have an intramural program that runs during our lunch activity time. We usually start that up when the weather turns, kind of after Thanksgiving, and we run that through right until around mid-May or so. Okay, extracurricular opportunities at GS Lakie. We have a lot of those. Fine arts, we have rock shows that Mr. Arbe puts together. We have some dance shows and performances that Mrs. Legg looks after. We have some really high-end theater productions that Mrs. Wayloggy does. And then Mr. Yaritz has concerts for both band and choir. Okay, athletics, we have our rep athletics for boys and girls, and we have volleyball, basketball, cross country, badminton, and track, where our rep teams would represent GS Lakie and compete against the other schools in the city. But we also have our club sports, which is probably where most of our 6s will end up going. And that's kind of our feeder program to our rep teams. That's where grade 6s and grade 7s and some grade 8s can come in and just practice and improve their skills and enjoy the game or enjoy the sport that they're doing. Okay. We also have some activity clubs that run at lunch, some run after school. Examples of those would be robotics club, games club, chess club. We have a yearbook club. We have a Spanish club. Those are just some of the opportunities that students will have at GS Lakie to participate in extracurriculars. Okay, busing. For busing, you must live 2.4 kilometers or further from the school in order to qualify. You must also be zoned for GS Lakie Middle School. All right. So just because your child is a bus student at their elementary doesn't necessarily make them a bus student at GS Lakie. Vice versa as well. If they weren't a bus student at elementary, they may qualify for busing at GS Lakie. Okay? So the way that the 2.4 kilometers or further is determined, the school division kind of puts your address into their computer system, and it kind of gives us a distance. And if you are eligible, the school division will reach out to you. Okay? We have an annual fundraiser at GS Lakie where we sell what's called Gator Power Cards. We usually do this in the fall, and it usually involves the students pre-selling cards, maybe going door to door. With recent AHS protocols, that didn't happen this year, but we were still able to do a really good job. Kids were able to sell a lot of power cards to their families and close friends, and we have a lot of prizes and a lot of giveaways, and it ties into our Special Fish Fridays events. So that usually happens almost right at the beginning of the school year, right in September. Hey, and our spirit wear, our Gator gear, we have a store, an online store that we leave open for a certain amount of time. Parents are able to access the store, place an order, and then when the store closes, we send that order off, and then the clothing arrives sometime later. We open that store about 3 times a year, once in the fall, kind of once around just after Christmas, and then once in the spring. Okay, so look forward to that. And the last thing I'm going to talk about is how you can get the latest information on our school and the activities that we have going on at our school. Make sure to visit our website. Okay, make sure to look for us on social media. We have a school Facebook page, we have a school Instagram, we have school Twitter, we have YouTube channels, various YouTube channels based on some of the programs that we have. And then we also have an electronic newsletter that we send out every week, and we call that the Gator Gap. Okay, those are all ways that you can stay informed on the latest that's going on at GS Lakie.
Hey, welcome to GS Lakie and our amazing foyer here. It's probably, not probably, it is the main hub of our school without a doubt, and we're really proud of it. We have some awesome features and purposes behind this space, which Mrs. DeWatt's going to get into in a minute. But yeah, from this area here, we branch off into the 4 wings of our building, and as I said, this is the main hub of GS Lakie.
Well, hi guys, I'm Amy DeWatt. I'm one of your vice principals. Like Mr. Durst said, this space right here in the middle is our heartbeat. It is what we doubles as a dance studio, as a drama production. It hosts our Fish Fridays, where we eat lunch and we're not in COVID and we're allowed to take our bleachers down. There's removable bleachers to give us space. This space is also used for phys ed, so it's like the ultimate multi-purpose space.
The GS Lakie Performing Arts programs focus on developing each student to the extent of his or her fullest potential, whether that's musically, emotionally, or intellectually. To achieve this, we focus on the individual, as well as ensemble rehearsal and performance, where each aspiring performer will develop an understanding and appreciation of the performing arts in a variety of ways. Another goal of the Lakie Performing Arts programs is to reach as many students as possible. Ultimately, the programs will develop within each student the desire to support the arts through continued involvement, whether within a performing group, independent study, or lifelong enjoyment.
Being part of the arts gave me a big opportunity to create new friendships.
The arts at Lakie is a great way to express your creativity. The most valuable thing I learned about being in the arts program at Lakie was that you don't need to be afraid to try something new.
It doesn't matter what you participate in at Lakie. You can open up new opportunities for yourself, and you find that you may even have a talent.
One of the greatest things about the dance program at Lakie is that you can come in as a beginner and leave as a star.
The arts at Lakie has taught me to not be afraid on stage and to be myself. It has been giving me a lot of confidence to perform in front of people who I don't know.
The fish philosophy is very much a part of the arts at Lakie. You have to be there for your bandmates, choose your attitude while on stage, and most of all, you get to play.
One of our greatest accomplishments was receiving a piece of music that was way out of our comfort zone. But with the help of Mr. Yaretz, we were able to master that piece of music within a couple weeks.
One of the greatest things I took away from the arts program was persistence. You have to have persistence in order to play your instrument well and properly.
Band is an opportunity to grow and step out of your comfort zone. You'll never regret it.
One of the most important things I learned in the drama program at Lakie is that we need to work as a team in shows, rehearsals, and in drama classes. Whenever you need a boost up, someone's always there for you.
You definitely have to be responsible in your role and be there for other people in your cast.
The one thing I didn't expect was meeting so many new people and creating so many new bonds. It was just such an amazing time. And after all the months leading up to the actual show, I got to create a family that is a bond that I will never forget.
One of the most valuable things I learned in drama is to just have fun and work to your potential.
One of the most valuable things I learned in choir was all the voice techniques and also having fun.
Being a part of the dance program is an amazing opportunity, and Miss Lake is an awesome teacher.
I've been able to express myself in a lot of different ways, and I've learned a lot.
The memories you make are unimaginable, and you do unbelievable things.
People should participate in the Lakie Choir because you get to sing popular songs and you get to have fun with your friends and sing at a whole ton of different concerts.
People should join the drama programs at Lakie because Mrs. Lakie makes it fun and exciting to be in.
Whether it's drama, music, or dance, you can find so many new opportunities to try new things. I enjoyed all these different classes and I just loved being in them because I got the opportunity to try things I would never get to try anywhere else.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Legg. Really looking forward to meeting you. I am the dance teacher at GS Lakie, and we've got a variety of programs offered. If you're into performance, we've got a virtual or live performance program planned. Either our fusion or hip hop stream runs for 2 terms. We also have a beginner grooves option, musical theater, and tap. I'm also starting up a film studies class this year if you're interested in learning more about cinematography on a 30-foot movie screen. And no matter what option you choose, I know for sure that you're going to create some great memories at Lakie, and I look forward to meeting you. Hello, I'm Mrs. Lakie, and I have the privilege of teaching drama and art here at GS Lakie. I think I have the best job ever. I get to come to school and play and create every day and see all these wonderful talents that you have or that you don't even know you have yet. I totally believe that middle school is about trying new things and getting out of your comfort zone and challenging yourself. So I hope that you come here and you just try all the wonderful things that GS Lakie has to offer. Thank you very much, and I super look forward to seeing all of you in the fall.
All right, I'm going to take you down for a little tour of the grade 6 wing. And right here, you'll see our shop with Mr. Smith. There's a whole bunch of really cool activities.
I'm Gord Smith. I teach modern shop and makerspace as well as digital media. My passions are building things with my own 2 hands, working with technology. My spare time, I enjoy golfing, ATVing, and being outside any chance I can get. 3 things you need to know about my classes. Number 1, safety is everything, whether it's in the shop or whether it's in the computer lab. GS Lakie's digital citizenship and digital citizenship agreement is based on 3 pillars: respecting yourself, respecting others, and respecting the equipment. In Shop 6, the primary focus is obviously safety, but we learn to work with hand tools, and you get to build a wooden desk holder and a metal iPhone stand out of your own 2 hands. And then you get to learn some basic power tools and have fun in shop there as well. In digital media, we work with different applications and programs like 3D, and we learn how to create some different forms of media and stuff, and it's a really fun class for you as well. Opportunities in shop and technology are endless. It's all built around your passions and interests. And to be successful in my classroom, you need 3 things. You need a positive attitude, be willing to try new things. You need to be able to self-advocate for yourself, ask questions, take responsibility for your learning. And the third thing is you need a willingness to share and help others.
And here's our guitar room with Mr. Arve, where you can do rock and pop, electric music, and just basic guitar, and you'll learn how to rock out.
Hi grade 5s, how are you guys doing? My name is Mr. Arve. I'm a music teacher at GS Lakie Middle School, and I teach guitar classes for grade 6, 7, and 8, electronic music classes where we learn how to do hip-hop beats and rap music, rock band classes, and also recording technology. So when you take my class, you're going to learn some different types of instruments. Of course, the most important instrument is the guitar. If you sign up for Guitar 6, you're going to be playing guitar. If you sign up for my class, you also learn how to play some drums. Right, grade 5s, we also learn how to play the bass. Go on to the internet and check out my website, gslakieguitar.com. Have mom and dad check it out as well. There's a lot of information on the website talking about our program and what we do at GS Lakie. Why sign up for guitar class at GS Lakie? Well, we do a lot of fun things. We play concerts every term. They're called Gator Stalks. We also go on trips. A couple years ago, we had the great opportunity to go and play in Disneyland. Yes, it was a fantastic time. We every June, we head out to West Edmonton Mall and perform there. We do concerts in the mall, and we even give you some time for rides and slides. Yes, so definitely, if you're interested in this type of stuff, sign up for Guitar 6 for next year. We'll see you guys soon.
And this is where the academics happen. So this is your grade 6 wing. These are their lockers, these are their classrooms, and this is where your introduction to your grade 6 teachers will occur.
Hello, I'm Kristen Grant. I teach math and science in grade 6 here at Lakie, and I'm hoping that when you come to middle school, you try lots of new things, and I can't wait to meet you in the fall.
Hey, I'm Mr. Milder. I teach grade 6 LA and social. Couple things to know about me and my class. Myself, I speak Spanish and Portuguese and love learning languages. As far as my classroom goes and teaching and you being in classes, I believe in creating, or helping you students become not the most interesting people in the world, but the most interested, because I think curiosity makes the world go around. Turbocharges your learning. And honestly, if you're just curious, things are more fun in life. I hope you have a great year at GS Lakie here next year. This place is a blast.
I work at Lakie because I love this school. I love what it stands for, the philosophy here. I secretly wish I could steal the DeLorean from Back to the Future and go back in time and relive grade 6 to 8 myself so that I could go to this school. But since I can't do that, I choose to teach here. When you get here, you'll hear lots about the fish philosophy and how it informs how we live and learn here. And it's just incredible, so I'm always excited when a new group of students gets to come and experience it for themselves.
Hi, my name is Amanda Oliver. I teach grade 6 language arts, social studies, a book club option, and an exploring creativity option. I love creating a culture of kindness in my classroom. I'm super passionate about literacy, and nothing makes me happier than connecting kids to books that they love.
Hi, my name is Lisa McGee, and I teach grade 6 math and science and do some of the LST here at Lakie. One of the things I really love about the classroom is seeing students achieve new things, try new things, and have neat aha moments in the classroom.
Welcome to our Learning Commons. Not only a place where we foster just reading, but we also foster lots of different interactive activities for students to help with their learning.
Hey guys, I'm Miss Mustard. I'm the Learning Commons facilitator and librarian here at GS Lakie. We have a wonderful Learning Commons here. We've got a really cool space that we call our cafe. It's full of booths and couches and TVs and tables, and it's just a really cozy, comfy spot for you guys to hang out, play some board games, read, do some school projects, and it's just for you. Now, unfortunately, this year students aren't allowed in the Learning Commons, so instead, I've been making weekly visits to classrooms where I bring new library books, and we do book trailers and book talks about those, and also some fun activities, like coding, or science experiments, or some poetry, or some short stories. Lots of fun stuff every week. Now, our Learning Commons itself is home to our library collection. We've got something for everyone. We've got graphic novels and audiobooks and fiction and nonfiction, just to keep you learning and those imaginations always growing. And on top of that, we've got a great technology collection too, with iPads and laptops and cameras and even some cool robotic stuff. So we are just really excited for you to come check out what the Learning Commons has for you. This year, because everything is a little bit different, we've still been able to do some awesome events and activities, just a little bit separated. So we've had virtual classroom talks with authors and scientists, which have been amazing. We've got a virtual book club going on right now. And we even had a school-wide reading challenge in February, where we tried to read as many Canadian authors and illustrators as we could get our hands on. So lots of fun stuff for you guys to look forward to. And we are so excited to welcome you in and have you come be a part of our team at GS Lakie. I know that I'm very excited to meet you. Can't wait until next year.
Welcome to our grade 7 hallway. And in this part of the school, we have all of our grade 7 classrooms. We have our ELL classroom. We have our fitness center, which I'll show you in a minute. And that's Mr. Fletcher. Mr. Fletcher, hello. And you're going to see a little introduction of all of our teachers here shortly.
Hi there. My name is Brandon Fletcher. I don't quite know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal. I have many leather-bound books, and my classroom smells of rich mahogany. In my classroom, I teach math, science, and pretty much whatever the big boss tells me to. Not necessarily well, but definitely in that order. In my classroom, your child will be safe to be whoever they want to be, except for Edmonton Oilers fans. You got to keep that on the inside. Last but not least, I'd like you to know that children love to explore, they love to learn about new things, and most importantly, they love to listen to adults. One of those things isn't true, but the rest of them are. And that's all I have to say about that.
Hey everyone, my name is Nicholas Ricards. I teach grade 7 English. I love studying and teaching film and literature. I'm currently actually reading Bram Stoker's Dracula. Looking forward to seeing you all when you get here. Much love. See you soon.
Hi, my name is Joel Anderson and I teach grade 7 math. And mathematics is my favorite subject to teach. I think it's phenomenal, and I truly believe that every single student can learn math. Math is visual, math is interactive, and it's about creativity and it's about making sense. And I really look forward to meeting your students and your children in the years to come. Cheers.
Okay, in this space here we have our fitness center. Come on in and take a look. Really proud of this area of the school, and it's obviously another phys ed station that we use in phys ed along with the gym and outside, and a lot of neat equipment in here. Yeah, just really proud to show this space off, and we hope you guys have the chance to enjoy it. Okay, as I told you, we have 4 main wings in the school, and in this wing here we have some real important option areas that we're going to show you around, as well as our gym and our learning support room. Let's go take a look. We're going to come back to our gym, but for now we have our foods and sewing room, and that's with Mrs. Adamson, and so let's go take a look in the foods and sewing room.
Hi, my name's Lori Adamson. I teach Career and Technology Foundation courses, which are collaborative and creative. One thing they all have in common is that students are able to use their individual talents and creativity to make things. From pajama pants to pancakes, balloon-powered cars, macrame plant holders, and designs for tree houses. We're only limited by student imagination. There are 4 different types of classes I offer, each geared to different student interests. These classes are foods, sewing, design, and creative collaboration.
Also in this wing of the school, we have our band room, which is a real cool space, and that's Mr. Yard. So let's take a look in here.
Hello everyone, my name is Daniel Yaretz. I teach band, choir, and outdoor education here at GS Lakie Middle School. Something cool about me you want to know is that I really love being outdoors, whether that's hiking, scuba diving, kayaking, rock climbing, you name it, I love doing it. And I like to offer the same opportunities here for our students, and that's why there's an outdoor ed class where we get to pursue those same activities outside. You know, the other thing I like to teach is music. If you love music, then this is the place for you. You can either develop on an instrument in band, or you can develop your voice in choir. We've got tons of opportunities to perform, but it's going to require a lot of commitment and hard work. So come join us here at Lakie. I look forward to having you in my class, and we'll see you when you get here.
Okay, now that we've had a chance to check out our band and choir room, let's keep going down the hall. The next space we want to show you and staff we want to introduce you to is in our learning support room with Mr. Lowe. Joining Mr. Lowe are all of our educational assistants. Let's meet them.
Hello, future Lakie students. My name is Frank Lowe. I teach grades 6, 7, and 8, mostly math, language arts, and some health. I'm a learning support teacher. That means that our team of educational assistants and I support students who may need a little more support with school-related things than most other students. Some things that you should know about me are you're always welcome to visit my room, as long as there's not a pandemic, of course. If there's a pandemic, don't come to my classroom. I used to teach science and math for like 20 years. I love animals of all kinds, and I ride a unicycle. So those are the important things to know about me, I guess. Next up, you're gonna have a chance to meet each of our educational assistants. Won't be exactly as the team will be next year, but it'll be pretty close. So yeah, I can't wait to have you here at the school.
I'm Carrie Finley, and this is the rest of the A team.
Cynthia Young,
Dana Locke,
Maddie Cameron, Sherry Wardstrom, Melanie Vanna,
Tracy Gressel. My name is Lorianne Maximus.
I'm Sherry Thompson.
So, welcome future Gators. Here we are in the swamp, is what it's called. This would be your future gym class. We have multiple programs throughout the year, which includes the beginning of the year we do cross country, then volleyball, as well as basketball, track, badminton. Hopefully all those things will be good to go next year. This is our space. We really look forward to seeing a lot of you here and having you in the gym. And my name is Mr. Latassi, and there are multiple other gym teachers, but I'm kind of the main one. So I hope to see you guys next year. And this is our space. And we look forward to you coming and joining us here at the swamp. So take care.
Okay, I'm going to take you guys down the grade 8 wing. Okay, this is where some of our nutritious breakfasts are made. So if you need if you come to school and you don't have a breakfast or you're hungry in the morning, right, our wellness team can help you out. And this is where our nutrition station is. Okay, if you keep following me. This is our grade 8 wing. This is where our grade 8 teachers reside. And now you guys get a chance to meet them.
Hi, I'm Brenda Anderberg. I want to welcome you and your kids to GS Lakie. I teach Math 8, so I won't see your child for a couple years now, but I look forward to when they do get to grade 8 and having them in my math class. Outside of school, I keep busy with my family. I like to bike and I like to go golfing. So welcome again to GS Lakie, and hope your child's time here is amazing.
Hi, my name is Joseph Wright and I teach grade 8 social studies. I love social studies because it's built on the foundational pillars of citizenship and identity, understanding who we are and how we can contribute to the local and global community. All of that's done through the lenses of all different kinds of thinking, whether it be historical thinking or geographic thinking, or the most important components of critical thinking and problem solving. Really hope to see you all in grade 8, and take care until then.
I'm Jody Vabke. I teach grade 8 language arts at GS Lakie. I love all things literacy. My passion is reading and writing. My number one goal in the classroom is for students to fall in love with what they're doing, or at least when the class ends, it feels like a blink that they've barely been there.
Hi, I'm Mr. Cornelson, or Mr. K. I teach grade 8 science. I'm looking forward to seeing you in September. Hopefully by then seeing you without face masks. That'd be cool. I really enjoy science in grade 8, where we do some chemistry to start off in a unit called Mix and Flow of Matter. We do some physics when we talk about light and optics and how light behaves, and some more physics as we're talking about mechanical systems and how to use forces and create more force and create more speed. And then sort of my favorite unit we're in right now is cells and systems, talking about what makes this work and how it's built and things that can go wrong and how we find them and fix them. And then we finish with a unit in water, talking about where it comes from, how we use it, how we be responsible with it. That's grade 8 science in a nutshell. I also teach some strength and conditioning if you want to run faster, jump higher. That's also something I really enjoy, a little workout during the day. That's my whole story. I look forward to seeing you in September.
Okay, welcome back. That concludes our presentation this evening. You got a little bit of a tour of our school, where you were introduced to some of our staff, and you heard a little bit about our programming and some of the special information that students are going to need and you'll need as parents for next year. And following this presentation, just want to remind you that we've opened up a Teams link for all of our staff to join you, whoever you are, that choose to come there from 7 till about 7:30. We'll keep that window open for about a half an hour for a live Q&A session for any other additional questions that you might have in preparation for your child for grade 6 and that transition from elementary to middle school. Happy to meet you and looking forward to it.